No shortcuts, no cheap tricks, no halfways, no cop-outs, no bullshit, no easy road, no deviation, no chasing cloud. I wish that I could hold my breath, but this cop already choked me out. I'm gonna fight the power. At the end of the day, I'm chasing dreams for little things. The story in her eyes, the pain, is it a rubs?
Today on the podcast, we are featuring the Toronto-based psychedelic experimental-hip-hop jazz group Mauve Grove. Learn more about them and listen to their track, Say Her Name.
Welcome to the Eat, Sleep, Breathe Music podcast, where we talk all things music. I'm your host, Jeanette Kimsel, music blogger and enthusiast. Let's get started with today's episode.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Eat, Sleep, Breathe Music podcast. I'm your host, Jeanette Kimsel. For those of you just joining us, this is the podcast where I talk about different musicians and how their music affects me, and then play a track for you to listen to. So you can check it out and form your own opinion as well. And then you can let us know if you're so inclined to do so. So today I'm talking about the Toronto-based group Mauve Grove. Mauve Grove is a quintet made up of vocalist CJ Hall, guitarist Donnie Drain, bassist Spencer Bridgwater, and drummer David Jones. According to their Spotify page and some articles I found online, the band initially formed in 2016 and quickly caught the attention of the local Toronto music scene with their engaging live music performances. They then released a debut LP, Hot Laundry, in July 2018, and then in the spring of 2021, they saw a release of their second full-length record, entitled Lush. The track I'll be playing today is a new release that will be out by the time you listen to this podcast. This song is actually, I think, off their upcoming third full-length record. No date for that yet, but I think they've just been dropping singles here and there this year. When it comes to describing their sound, they have been called avant-funk and also referred to as pure technicolor in music form. You know, taking elements of hip-hop, funk, jazz, and progressive rock, they really sure have made a whole rainbow of musical genres. So definitely something that is very eclectic and very full, very musical, very lush, and heavy with lots of different sound. It's really, really cool. And also, it's cute. Their Facebook page has a great quote. It says, "You'd love it. It's not quite hip-hop. It's not quite experimental, but it comes with a slice of cantaloupe at the end," which I think is really funny. In terms of how their music compares with other groups, they have been stylistically referred to as a combination of A Tribe Called Quest, Anderson .Paak, Rage Against the Machine, and Bad Bad Not Good. Mauve Grove is also said to appeal to the fans of these groups, as well as Mile High Club. And then, if talking a little bit more about the song itself, according to the band's Instagram page, they said that Say Her Name is a track that they've been working on since last year, and it really takes on a psych-influenced canvas to kind of ferociously address the failures and shortcomings of the modern world. Music seems to be an outlet for freeing one's mind of anguish and feelings, and this is very apparent in this song, and it seems to be a thread in their music. And also, according to the vocalist CJ Hall, music is a way for him to deal with emotional stress and get over those feelings of overwhelm. Music is pretty much an outlet for his mental health. According to Hall, he says, "I mostly write for my own mental health and to help process emotions when they feel overwhelming. Writing is a way for me to get heavy burdens off my chest. I get a lot of catharsis through my art and through my music in general." And the nice thing about an artist getting out their emotions, I just said that really weird. The nice thing about an artist getting out their emotions into music is that it can also help listeners. This track in particular has a power not only in its music, but also in its lyrics. For me, musically, the song is like a layered mosaic. You know, it's heavy in this 90s hip-hop feel with elements of hard-hitting drums that are reminiscent of alternative rock style. You know, they speed up, they slow down, they speed up, they slow down. And then there's this whole other element of three different types of music that come in, kind of topping it off. You think about most hip-hop songs, they have sampling of different music, and this song is interesting because it's kind of sampling a lot of different types of music. There's some jazz, there's some fuzzy psychedelics, there's some progressive rock, and it's just this huge layered, lush, colorful, this just kind of culmination of all this music, and it really is a cool music montage. To me, it kind of sounds like if Public Enemy was mixed with Rage Against the Machine and a little bit of Incubus thrown in. This song is so full of music. It has these highs and lows that convey so much emotion just with the music alone. It's so amazing, and it gets even more powerful once you add in the lyrics. You know, you start listening to the lyrics, and the music paired with the lyrics, it just gives you this, like, fuller feeling. You know, and these lyrics, they're these socially conscious lyrics and stories that just gives it an even greater intensity that makes it so, like, highly thoughtful, and it's just ever so powerful, you know? It really awakens the listener and makes you take stand and notice of, like, all these atrocities that are happening and still taking place, you know, these countless acts of racism and bigotry that are just happening in the world around us today. And it seems like it hits home with Hall because he says that the lyrics were inspired by his own encounters and close calls of these situations, as well as other stories of people like George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Eric Garner, Philando Castile, and countless others. Another thing he wanted listeners to note was that the her in the Say Her Name chant is a call and response for Breonna Taylor, a woman who was shot and killed by police in a false forced entry operation. Some of the lyrics also kind of come from the perspective of Breonna's then boyfriend. And just like Hall saying making music is an outlet for him, this music can be an outlet for listeners as well. You know, music can positively affect the psyche. It helps to kind of get out all of that emotion and feeling when something bad happens to you, or, you know, not only bad things, but anything can happen to you. You know, music is so powerful. It can also help people, you know, give people, like, learn how to be empathetic and understanding for what others are going through. You know, it's just so powerful, this song. And, you know, the music on its own is very compelling. It's eclectic and loud and boisterous and exciting. And then you add in these, like, in-your-face lyrics that just makes it even more of a dynamic song. It's just such a rich sound and has so much complexity to it. And the lyrics really complement the music, and the music complements the lyrics. And it's just these crescendos are great because they have these crescendos and moments of the song that are along, like, the really important parts of the lyrics, and they go so well together. I think it's an interesting and impressively powerful song. Mauve Grove has also been getting some love on the interwebs for their music with features in Ignite News and sarahshotspot.com, and I'm interested to see what their next track is like. According to the information that I have here, they have a new track coming out in early July called Creepy Crawlies, so I'm looking forward to hearing what that sounds like. But I think I've chatted enough now about the song, so I'll give you the chance to listen to Mauve Grove for yourself. So without further ado, here is the track Say Her Name.
No shortcuts, no cheap tricks, no halfways, no cop-outs, no bullshit, no easy road, no deviation, no chasing cloud. I wish that I could hold my breath, but this cop already choked me out. I'm gonna fight the power. At the end of the day, I'm chasing dreams for little things. The story in her eyes, the pain, is it a rubs? I can hear her heart slowing down to a thud. Know that every second wasted is another drop of blood. Every little drip is precious and should be loved. Her eyes, the pain, is it a rubs? I can hear her heart slowing down to a thud. Every second wasted is another drop of blood. Every little drip is precious and should be loved. I really didn't think that I would be so bitter. Say your name. Her eyes, the pain, is it a rubs? I can hear her heart slowing. That half-wit from same shit, them racists play cat and mouse. Politics take the easy road, they shuck and drive and cash out. I wish that I could hold my breath, but this cop already choked me out. I'm gonna fight the power. At the end of the day, I'm chasing dreams for little pay. The story in her eyes, the pain, is it a rubs? I can hear her heart slowing down to a thud. Know that every second wasted is another drop of blood. Every little drip is precious and should be loved. Her eyes, the pain, is it a rubs? I can hear her heart slowing down to a thud. Every second wasted is another drop of blood. Every little drip is precious and should be loved. I really didn't think that I would be so bitter. Say your name. falling down.
We would love to know what you think about Mauve Grove and their track Say Her Name. You can tell us in a comment on the podcast webpage. You can also leave an audio comment at the link in the episode summary. For more information on Mauve Grove, follow them on Instagram and Facebook at the handle Mauve Grove. That is MAUVEGROVE. If you're looking for more new music, be sure to subscribe to our podcast so you get the latest updates on our artist features. You can also find more music features at our website at www.eatsleepbreathemusic.com. That is EATSLEEPBREATHEMUSIC.com. Thanks for listening and see you in the next episode.
Thanks so much for listening to the Eat, Sleep, Breathe Music podcast. To find new music and learn more about what we do, you can check out our website at www.eatsleepbreathemusic.com.